So I'm rolling through the bracket right now.
Yeah, should we make some Sweet 16 picks?
Yeah, we can do that from here on out. I literally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 7 of the 16 teams.
I have 1, 2, 3. No, wait. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6?
Oh,
That's
6, 7,
oh, damn it.
8. How many did you have?
You got 8, I got 7.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and go through yours.
I have Gonzaga, I have
Same.
Michigan,
Same.
I have Florida State, I have
Same.
Bama.
Same.
I have Baylor.
Same.
And then I have Syracuse and Houston, and that's it.
All right. So I have Arkansas. I have Syracuse and Houston. I just have Arkansas instead
Nice.
of
nice,
Tech.
Nice.
So there you go. 8-7, everybody. Welcome into the Mind of a Coach podcast. Nathan is in the lead right now with 8-7 on the bracket challenge, but we will be going over our Sweet 16 picks shortly. Asa, how are you doing? Episode 29.
29, baby. Close to that Steph Curry range with the 30. I'm doing good, man. I'm alive and kicking. How you doing? It's a beautiful day here in Nashville, by the way. Beautiful.
Man, I've been on 2 walks today. It's been great. I know. I'm getting old now that I'm going on walks and stuff.
Oh, dude, I am. Oh, man. We're getting up there in age, dude. We are getting up there now.
I know. Speaking of getting up there, wow. I just want to give a shout out to you and to our listeners. You did some research today. You were able to find out that we have eclipsed 2,800.
Yeah, we got, so across all YouTube and other podcast platforms, we have literally exactly 2,800 total plays, and after 28 episodes, and so that literally is smack dab at 100, averaging 100 listens per episode. So thank you to the listeners, to the guests that have come on. Nothing to complain about at all, man. We just appreciate anybody and everybody tuning in every single week. So I hope y'all keep rocking with us.
For sure. And whether it's just to listen to us, most likely not to listen to us, just to listen to our guests, hey, we're appreciative. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we can give you more content, really good content as we go forward and improve.
Planning on having some pretty good guests in the upcoming week, so it should be good.
For sure. Asa, you want to get into our Sweet 16 picks?
Yeah. So you just want to pick, like, you just do the bracket from the Sweet 16 and do them that way.
Oh, do you want to do that? Yeah. Well, I guess we got to at least do Sweet 16 and Elite 8 before next episode. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. And are we going over the exact teams that we got right and wrong, or at least right?
No, let's do the whole Sweet 16. So we got right now, who is it? Gonzaga, USC?
Yep. So let's start in the West region. We got Gonzaga.
No. It's Gonzaga, Creighton.
Gonzaga, Creighton. Okay. I'm taking Gonzaga.
I had Gonzaga winning it all. I got the Zags.
Hang on. Let's shout out to the double-digit seeds, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
4 in there in the Sweet 16, and that's certainly the most ever. I believe there's 4, right? 4 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16. Yeah.
Who we got? Oral Roberts.
Yeah. Oral Roberts, UCLA.
Syracuse.
Hang on. Yeah. Oral Roberts, UCLA, Syracuse, and Oregon State. So shout out to the
Loyola Chicago at 9 or 8.
Yeah, Loyola Chicago is at 8. Yep.
8. So,
man,
shout out for sure.
Sister Jean, dude. Sister Jean is right. She is right with the Lord, because they got something going on at Loyola.
I guess so. Hey, she has paid her time and her dues.
Yeah. All right. Let's move down to the next game in the West region. We got USC, Oregon. I can't believe I can't. Pac-12 too, dude. Shout out to the Pac-12.
Hey, made me eat my words. I said I have no idea about the Pac-12, so I'm assuming they're not very good, and they just don't lose.
Yeah, I did. Nobody thought the Pac-12 was going to do this.
Yeah, kudos to that.
I'm going USC. They is it Evan Mobley, the kid that
they got the Mobley twins, or brothers, not twins but brothers. They're both One's a top 5 pick. So
I think Evan's the one that's supposed to be a top 3 or 5 or whatever, right?
yeah,
Evan,
yeah.
that kid is good. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going USC.
To be honest, I haven't seen Oregon play any games in this tournament. And
Uh,
that has obviously been bad to me in the past, me not watching somebody and then picking against them. So why not stick with it? It's like, keep going for red. So USC, I'm going to take them as well. So we both got Gonzaga and USC in our Elite Eight in the West.
Yep. So let's go there. All right, let's move down to the East region. We got Michigan and Florida State. That I had them to win. They're still alive. So I mean, I'm going Michigan. Although, man,
had them to win as well.
You had Michigan to win?
I did. I thought LSU might have a shot initially, but I changed it to Michigan. I have Michigan losing to Texas, however, in my Elite Eight. That is a big problem. But Michigan versus Florida State, dude, I mean, 2 conferences that have struggled in the tournament, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, Syracuse, I guess. I'm going Florida State. Florida State.
Go switch it up a little bit. Go Florida State.
Yeah, I'm going to go Florida State. See how that rides.
Okay. After that game, well, I shouldn't say after that game. I don't know the schedule exactly off the top of my head, but we're going still in the East region. We got UCLA and Bama. I had Bama in the Sweet 16. I did not have UCLA. I had Texas. I'm going Bama. Did you watch that game the other night, Nate? What was that, Monday night?
Which game?
The Bama game when Bama hit 16 threes and they just curb stomped who I can't remember who it was. Maybe I didn't. Maryland. Oh my! You didn't see? Oh, that was a great game.
No, I didn't watch it.
For Bama, not for Maryland fans, but for Bama.
Yeah. I had Michigan and Florida State in my Sweet 16 on the top part of the East. On the bottom part, I had Texas, Bama, just as you did. So it's UCLA versus Bama. I'm going Bama. So after 4 games, the only difference is you have Michigan and I have Florida State.
Yeah. All right, let's move over to the South region where we have Baylor versus Villanova. I had Baylor versus Purdue. What you thinking, Nathan?
I also had Baylor versus Purdue. Honestly, I totally mixed up my upsets. I had Winthrop over Villanova and Purdue over North Texas, and that basically flip-flopped. So, man, what about Villanova, man? Losing your best player and still making the Sweet 16. I mean, shout out to Coach Jay Wright.
Everybody said they were done.
I know. But unfortunately, I think after this game, they will be. Baylor, dude, I just – since the beginning of the year, everyone talked about 2 teams being the best teams in college basketball, that being Gonzaga and Baylor.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I thought I was smarter. Oh, no, someone else is going to make it. I had Ohio State in the finals against Gonzaga. Dude, Baylor, they're playing good basketball. I'm going Baylor over Villanova.
Yeah, I'm going Baylor too. I'm not gonna switch that up a lot. Okay, after that, let's go to staying in the South region. We have Arkansas and Oral Roberts. Shout out to the 15 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go Arkansas.
I've got Arkansas to this point. I thought they were going to have a tough matchup against Ohio State. Dude, Oral Roberts scores a lot of points. I don't think they're going to outscore Arkansas. I'm going to go Arkansas.
Awesome. Yeah. Must, baby.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
Awesome.
Not that I know him or anything, but he seems like it.
No, I hear you. All right, going down to the Midwest, who did you have coming out of that region?
Coming out of that one, I had Illinois and your Vols. I don't know why I had them there. No idea what I was thinking.
Oof.
But we got Loyola Chicago. Who'd you have right there? Who'd you have in that matchup?
I had Illinois versus Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think the Vols were going to be able to get it done, especially finding out before game 1. Fulkerson was not going to play. I don't think he was going to shoot it better from 3 for us. But, man, they just couldn't score from the outside. But, I mean, it happens. March, anything can happen. So
Mm-hmm.
Oregon State, I mean, look at them right now. They're playing good basketball.
Dude, at this point, I'm going Oregon State.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
I'm going Oregon State.
All right. Well, we're going to differ again. I'm going Loyola.
No. That's what I meant to say. That gummit, Nate. That's what oh my head. I meant to. All right. I'm changing. You gave me a mulligan last time.
I trust you. I trust you.
I'm going Loyola.
All right. I mean, I can't bet against Sister Jean, you know?
Yeah. Hey, what's the big white dude's name that got his hands in every time guard came off a ball screen, he was doing like a soft hedge.
Oh my goodness.
That guy.
It's the bigger, not as good looking Rob Marbury. Shout out Rob.
Yeah. All right.
Who do you got? Who did you have in the Sweet 16 in the bottom side of the Midwest?
Nathan, this was actually the one Sweet 16 matchup that I had right. I had Syracuse and Houston.
I also had Syracuse and Houston. Who did you have winning it?
I had Houston winning it, so I'm going to stick with Houston.
I had Houston winning it. They're not going to win this game. I believe in the Qs.
Really?
Buddy Boeheim, Buddy Buckets, whatever you want to call him, he is rolling. And, you know, I don't see that stopping right now. Houston, I believe it was their best player. He's been playing with that hurt hip.
Mm-hmm.
He told us all he was a savage. I believe him 100%. But, man, I'm sure it's really bothering him today after that adrenaline wore off. I just think that Qs are playing good basketball. They're shooting it well. This is March. Let that 11 seed ride on.
I like where your head's at. I'm not mad at that Q's pick at all.
But I have Houston in my Final Four, so this is a total withdrawal from what I thought was going to happen. But
okay,
either way is a win, I guess, for me.
So we have
in the West the Elite Eight.
I got Gonzaga, USC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going dude, I like USC though, man.
Up to you.
I'm going Gonzaga. Yeah, I mean, I'm going Gonzaga, but I do like USC a lot. I'm going Gonzaga to make it.
Yeah, I believe you. Not thinking too hard about this one. I'm going Gonzaga.
Yep.
They're just a heck of a team. They're rolling. They've been rolling all season. No reason for me to count them out now. All right, let's move down. All right, to the East. You got Michigan versus Bama. Who you got?
I'm going Michigan.
Michigan.
Yep.
All right. And I have Florida State versus Bama.
Dude, if Bama can somehow
I'm going Bama.
You're going okay, good. One of us needs to go Bama.
I had Texas coming out. Now I have Bama. It's like a 2008 national championship in football right now. What's going on? But all right, I got Bama. I got Bama in mind. From there, let's move over back up to the South. You have Baylor versus Arkansas. Who you got winning that?
I'm going Baylor.
Unfortunately, I mean, my boy Jalen Tate. I don't see it.
What?
I don't know if our power just went out or what just happened. We'll figure this out in a second, but the show must continue. I'm going Baylor over Arkansas. Going Baylor over Arkansas. So we only have one discrepancy right now. That is Bama being in the in the Final Four, I suppose. All right, who you got in this Midwest?
So I got Loyola and Houston. I am going I'm going Loyola. They're probably not going to play Houston. I feel like your Q's pick is going to be right, so they're probably going to end up playing Syracuse. But if they end up playing Houston, I think I'm going Loyola. Dude,
I think even if they play the Q's, Loyola is winning. So I got Loyola as well.
How many Final Four teams do you still have alive that you originally picked?
Two.
Okay, all right. Me too.
Gonzaga and Houston.
All right. But you're picking Loyola to go to the Final Four, right?
I am.
Gotcha.
I'm not even picking Houston to be in my Elite Eight. So
yeah. Well, oh man,
there you go. There you go, Ace.
What a bracket! What a year! Telling you, dude, it's the closest thing to perfect that man has ever made. It never fails. It literally never fails.
No, thank goodness that we actually got to have it this year.
Live from the office.
Man, I left this computer.
What's up, dog? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I wish I could do it at the crib, but and you don't know no passwords no more.
Did you weren't at home and then had to come back, did you? Oh, for real?
Yeah, I only stay, 8 minutes.
What how you been doing?
Shit, we just had
Oh yeah. Well, other than that, I didn't. Did y'all see that coming?
I didn't see it coming. I thought we had another year, but this was in process. It didn't all happen today.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't as bad today as, like, people, yeah, all right, you're good. Like, I mean, it happened, 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
Today it became official.
Yeah.
So it's
all right, okay, let's get into it real quick. We got Eastern Kentucky assistant men's basketball coach Mike Allen. Mike you went to a couple JUCOs. You went to one in Florida, correct? And then you went to one in Kansas. Is that Cloud Community College?
Cloud it is, man. Cloud it is.
Cloud Community College on to Ohio University. Shout out to y'all. Made an NCAA tournament this year. Got a nice win. I'm sure that made you proud. From there, you after that, you went on to play professionally in, was it Germany?
Yep.
Germany.
Second league.
From Germany, you went on, was it Mercyhurst?
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to do your homework.
I know, well, I was doing it before. I have not heard of where is Mercyhurst?
It's in Erie, Pennsylvania. They just lost in the second round of the tournament. They're constant Division II. That's an NCAA tournament.
Oh, yeah, okay. They're a really good team.
All right, yeah. Well, then I guess I do need to do some more homework. That's my bad. After Mercyhurst, you go to Hargrave. Seems to be a common theme. That's where I met you, right there for 2 years. After Hargrave, you went to Bryant, right?
Located
Bryant,
in Rhode Island.
Bryant as the director of basketball operations, then assistant coach, and then on to Eastern Kentucky, I guess in 2018, right? Yeah. That most of that was from memory, by the way. I just didn't know Mercyhurst, so I did do a little bit of homework.
Oh, well, good job. But yeah, I follow that program still.
Yeah,
he's doing well, and the same coach is there, so he's a good guy.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. How you doing, man? What's going on? What's new?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate y'all having me. I don't know, man. Just the transfer portal at the collegiate level. It impacted us today. Had one of our leading scorers. Hit it today.
Where do y'all go from here? Losing a guy like that, freshman of the year, to the transfer portal. Where do you go from here?
It's hard to replace he wasn't freshman of the year. In our eyes, he was. He was Kyle Macy All-American, College Insider All-American, first teamer as a freshman. It's hard to replace that talent, especially at this level. But we got to reload. Our goal was to sign a backup point guard with him being your starter. So now we got to sign 2 point guards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's going to be a challenge, but we're not the only team that's experiencing this. That's kind of what college basketball is today.
Well, yeah, I guess Johnny Broome was freshman of the year. I'm an idiot. I am just not on my game. But what?
Like you're in the same league, but yeah, Broome got it.
Yeah.
Well,
so
should have got it.
Yeah. No, he was killing this year. So, all right, transfer portal is at, we're almost at 1,000 already, right? Aren't we at like 1,000 almost?
Yeah, it's somewhere insane. And it's never been this high at this rate.
Yeah.
I think with COVID, some people be more secure and try to maintain their scholarships, but it's almost like a new wave where people just like, hey, I'm jumping in the portal. I want to be re-recruited.
It's almost like it's the cool thing to do now.
Yeah.
To tell your friends, you get back on social media now, everybody's paying, like you said, they're paying attention to you and getting re-recruited. It's the whole process all over again. Is that the only thing that goes, what else goes into, why is it like that right now? Is it just because of COVID? I know in the past few years, it's like the numbers have gone up anyway, but I feel like COVID has something to do with it too. But what else is going into it?
I think the transfer rule should be passed April 15th. The NCAA will be meeting. And we anticipate a one-time transfer, so kids will be immediately eligible right away. It doesn't imply if you transfer for a second time, that's just the normal transfer rules. But ultimately, man, I think it's an instant gratification. What we don't get to do, and the thing I like about this rule, most coaches won't say, is that you become immediately eligible right away. Because once you go in there, you get to put somebody leave Tennessee State, one of your guys, for example, and they get to put a Final Four, Arkansas, Texas Tech, and it looks great. And that's what the media is about. And that's why all the kids like retweet, favorite, like, comment, bro, you tough and all that. But you don't get to see what's after that. You don't see sit out, then he go back and he got a way smaller role, not playing. So now it's like it's right away. Hey, you make that bad decision. Hey, where's the one kid at? What is he doing? Oh, he's not playing as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of the statistics. I mean, most guys when they transfer, their numbers don't go up like that.
It's Jeff Goodman did a report last year, and I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to see it, and it was awesome. And it was about, it had 50 transfers from the mid-major who went up. 6% had the same type role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like 17% didn't even shoot more than 10 times. And most of these kids, when they're transferring from these mid-major programs, they're shooting 17, 18 times.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, I understand both ends of the spectrum. When you look at the college coaching, if a coach is offered a significant better job with a higher paying ability, will they leave? Then they go. The kids are, in their eyes, looking, even though it's not a job, they're looking at, hey, we got a bigger opportunity. So when is enough? We do have coaches that stay and some players that stay. So it's kind of looking at the lens the same way through players and coaches.
Yeah. Is this many transfer portals, is it hurting high school kids' chances to get a scholarship? I mean, it's got to be, right? Just off the sheer numbers of transfers that are going on. Is it hurting high school kids, do you think? They're like maybe their opportunities and roster spots?
Who are those players?
Huh?
I mean, you haven't seen one high school offer go out right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, let's swap players. The high majors who did a poor job evaluating, and the kid go to a lower program, do well. Hey, you prove you're worthy. Come up here.
Mm-hmm.
The high majors who signed the kid and he's a bust, you know, or just doesn't fit that role, that system. Hey, you need to go somewhere else. So the high school method, I feel bad for these kids, these seniors coming out, and it's always going to be a constant. It's going to be room as people graduate, but like this year, coming out as a senior, man, you need to go prep.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Yeah. Like what does a high school kid need to do in order to ensure the best chance that they get an opportunity somewhere?
Commit immediately. If they have an offer, commit immediately.
Yeah. I mean, you got to take it because it's portal going day by day. And even if they want to commit, it's going to be a delayed process because, hey, can we see if we can get better? Just like players want better, coaches want better. So if they have something on the table that they feel good with and they're trying to wait for better, they probably should take it. It's a good opportunity. But prep school is going to be loaded and junior college.
Yeah.
But some qualifiers still going to go for the immediate exposure because the recruiting circuit will be wide back open.
Mm-hmm.
How many years do you think it'll get back? Like, how many years do you think it'll take for it to get back to normal on this whole? Because, I mean, colleges are going to be flooded with players for a little bit.
Yeah, I think the Division II, I think all levels will just be a little more competitive. Like, it have to fade out because at the end of the day, like right now, the kids who don't transfer, because every institution have the right. So for us, we have 13 scholarships, right? Mm-hmm. And if two of our guys who are seniors chose to come back, our institution is allowing us to have them as ghosts. So they can come back, not affect our scholarship money. We essentially will have 15 scholarship players just for that 1 year.
Sure.
So the players, they can stay at the institutions, but unfortunately, they're transferring and going other places trying to take other roles. Mm-hmm. So I think over the next, I'll say 3 years, 4 years, it's going to be an overflow of players. Mm-hmm. And then, they'll graduate. Some will go. We had a player in our league who was player of the year back-to-back, Terry Taylor, said, hey, I'm done with college, man. I'm going to try to make the NBA. Now I'm going overseas. Mm-hmm. I'm an agent. So, some at the higher level, some people will say, hey, I can come back another year. I'm going to go play pro. Mm-hmm. Some people going to hang it up,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm at the Division II level, and I definitely think it'll make the Division II level more competitive. I've already seen some of the schools in our league get transfers from Division I schools. So they're just the kids that want to play. And, I mean, you see that happening, and obviously it's going to get more competitive.
100%. We had to wheel one of our guys back in that was accepting to go down to Division II. And it wasn't just about him, like he has they want bigger roles. Mm-hmm. And
sure.
People who haven't been in Division II, Nathan, they think it's, like, hey, I come from Division I. Like, no, buddy. Like, you're not about to go down there and just be that dude. Like,
no.
Great Division II can compete at the Division I level. If one team have shown it was Bellarmine making a transition this year to their son.
My goodness.
Yes.
And I don't know how much you've kept up with Division II this year, but or the past like 5 years, really. I mean, obviously you were at Mercyhurst, but Northwest Missouri has had that thing rolling for a little bit now.
I had a friend from
They are a mid-major team.
Yeah, my friend from Detroit graduated. It was several years ago. I think I'm young, but I'm kind of older. But he went there. Then I got a friend who coached at St. Thomas Aquinas, and they be loaded every year. So I followed the Division II tournament.
Gosh, I thought they were gonna win. Man, I was surprised when they lost that game.
Yeah. I mean,
Damon, right?
Yep. And they do a great job over there.
Okay, talk to us about JUCO and playing in JUCO and kind of, just the atmosphere, the experience that is JUCO, junior college. Talk to us about that.
It's similar. So the one thing I'll say for JUCO, I think it get the bad rep. Similar to prep school, like as Asa went to Hargrave, they'll think it's a boarding school for all, like just the bad kids. Like it's more to that. Some junior colleges go there because they didn't qualify with grades. They didn't have, especially for me, being an inner city Detroit kid, not having the coach and the awareness to like, hey, you need to get these grades, you need to do this, So it still be good guys in JUCO, but it's a dog eat dog world because when you go there, whether qualify or not, that means you used the year. I'm going to use the term wasted. You used the year playing college basketball of your 4 at another institution. So the evaluation process is different. When you graduate as a sophomore, you transfer as a sophomore, you have to be an immediate impact on the college coaching and the way they evaluate you because you only got 2 years to give to that program. So just the output and the competitiveness is awesome. I think Florida, Texas, and Kansas is some of the best JUCOs in the country. Jay Scrubb was fortunate enough to make it to the NBA through Illinois.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time that happened, but I can't imagine it's happened a lot. A JUCO kid get drafted.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane how that happened because the other player I heard before was Ben Wallace probably.
He can go. That Jay Scrubb can go.
No, he can play. He can play. And some guys are better. And what we don't really understand until you get out of the college game, some people are better pros than they are college players.
Right.
That's just the fact of the matter. But I love JUCO basketball. It's very competitive. It's high-level basketball, man. It's a lot of – you look at Kansas, you look at so many programs, Florida State, people are taking junior college kids, and some people wasn't aware of it in the past. When you look at that roster, you'll see JUCO, just transfers. It's the same as now, we are JUCOs.
Yeah.
Mid-majors are JUCOs now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Have y'all seen the Last Chance U basketball?
I haven't started yet. I heard great things about it. But
you seen it, Nate?
I've seen an episode.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten into it.
I've seen 2 of them or 1.5 or something like that. It's pretty good. It's really good. Really good.
Yeah, and the basketball world is more bought, because I was watching for football. So it wasn't like some people first time hear about Last Chance U. Now it's basketball. They're like, oh, man, this is – no. Right. That show, wild.
Yeah.
And it's wild.
Uh-huh. How was your time at Ohio? Hang on. So you went to 2 JUCO? Oh, go Nate.
No, go ahead. Ask about the second JUCO.
So at my first junior college that I went to, Daytona Beach in Florida, the coach was Brad Underwood, the current coach at Illinois right now.
That was your JUCO coach?
Yeah.
Wow. Hang on. All right. So talk to us about Brad Underwood real quick. Can you give us some? What was he like to play for?
Yeah, he's a motherfucker, man. What you see is like that's Underwood's high intense.
Yeah.
He's a great coach. I mean, he know his schemes. He changed some of his spread offense, which he was running at Stephen F. Austin, Oklahoma State. He adjusted a little bit, but he's a great coach.
Yeah.
The guy that was his assistant at the time, he had a different venture. He got him as a special assistant at Illinois right now, Jeff Alexander. But the coach is good, man. You know what I mean? He's very intense, throw a chair, doesn't like verbally abuse you, but he's sharp at his craft, and that's part of the reason that I ended up transferring because that's the time we were probably, I don't know if I forgot the record, we were ranked all year, probably like 26-6 or something. At the end of the year, he decided that one of our players was going to Kansas State with Frank Martin, and he was going to Kansas State to be assistant. Before it was announced, I transitioned into that program. They probably signed me as a backup because it was a loaded team. I ended up, working my tail off. I shifted the point guard to the 2, the 2 to the 3, I ended up starting. End of the year, called me in the office, say, hey, man, I'm going to Kansas State. Nobody know. A roommate of mine is a coach out there. It's another good JUCO. You know, I want to take care of you, you know, have you close by to watch you. He said, I get you the scholarship. He calls his guy. He tell him, hey, this is your starting point guard. I don't care who you got. Trust me, this is your starting point guard. And then I go to Cloud. I didn't even visit. I just said, all right, man, you know, I sat with some of the players. We try to see what's coming back. When them coaches change it, it's a lot of vulnerability. Like, hey, you only got 2 years to do it. We like, hey, could it be another guy come in? Some of the better players who played with me, I was a starter. Then you see, like, you know, this other guy, he can be really good. He thinking about leaving. I'm like, I'm not about to stay here and risk my career on a ship that's blown, you know, for a new guy. So I just got out of there. I accepted a scholarship in Kansas, went out there, started.
Yeah. A little bit about your transition from JUCO to Division I. What did that look like?
To be honest with you, my career, I was never the best player. I never played the NCAA tournament. But what I did was I found a way to play on the floor.
You led the MAC in assists your senior year.
That's so essentially coming out of high school, I'm getting like 20-some a game. I go to Daytona Beach where it's like all Americans. I'm just trying to fight for the floor. So then I'm a great defender. So my Underwood's a big time defender. Then we didn't accept it. The only time it was acceptable to catch a ball in the wing if there were 2 screens. If it was 1 screen, you can window a chase. You do whatever you want, but we just got to get to a denial. You know what I'm saying? So I found that niche. It's like, hey, man, I'm be a defender. I just got to play. And I was a lockdown defender. Went to Kansas, you know, scored a little more, but not nothing crazy. And that's how I shifted. And then as I transitioned Ohio, Tim O'Shea, you know, he's closer to the end of his term at Ohio University. And he's from the from the Al Skinner tree. So he's running flex, pairs. He's running all these same sets, the same identical names Al Skinner called them.
Yeah.
We scrimmaged Boston College when they had Glenn Rice or Tyrese Rice, the left-hand pro. We scrimmaged and we got the same plays. It's the same name. You know, it was insane. So that transition, it was good. I chose there because they had 2 all-conference bigs. And I said, you don't got a point guard. You know, this is a no-brainer. Hey, I'll come here and it's closer to home. You know, I've been in Florida and Kansas. You know, you're a couple hours away. And guess what happened there? So I go from Underwood to his roommate. Then I go to Ohio University, which was Tim O'Shea, who won the MAC his early years. And he said, hey, we got a new AD. I'm going to sign like an 8-year, I think it was a 6-year deal at Bryant in Rhode Island, take them through a provisional Division II, Division I. So then guess who we get? We get John Gross. And John Gross was the coach that got fired at Illinois that Underwood replaced. So the irony to that was like I played for both of the Jokers for the last 2 coaches of Illinois.
Yeah.
And then, you know, with Gross, I was back to trying to pick up the scoring after I've been so locked in on defense and passing, you know. So he ran like the Phoenix Suns system, and it was more up-tempo. And I loved that offense. It was awesome. You know, I wish I could play for that longer and his free-flowing. And, I mean, you know, it's just been a crazy ride for me as far as coaches. And that's what my philosophy is. So, you know, I still a lot because I played for, you know, some good coaches, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so too.
But before we get to tell us about overseas. Tell us about, would you play 1 year overseas?
I played 1 year overseas. My brother played for Leonard Hamilton at Florida State.
Okay.
And he was a junior college All-American, and he transferred in, and he played probably like 7-8 years. And being a part of his lifestyle, as I was a pro, I hit some politics on the business side, where there's a relationship with the player and the coach came here and they were buddies. So I would just, you know, go in and do my thing, work hard. And then I could have went back and, you know, find another deal. But then I start seeing my brother's lifestyle, not a negative limelight, but like, hey, man, you know, it was times where, you know, he was making really good money, you know, and it was just coming home, blowing it, kicking it, hanging out, bought a house, bought a car, but still, like, you know, you spend so much time overseas that people really look at the positive, which is awesome. But that's why people die to be in a G League, because it's you got to go experience a different culture. When you go over there, you're an adult. Like, I was given an apartment, I was given a car, and I was told what time practice was. And I couldn't drive a stick shift, so I had to get them to switch my car out. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're in an apartment where you just got a computer all day. Like, I know what the life is like. So my friends overseas, like, I know what the grind is like. You basically, you isolated in a foreign country where you're not comfortable with the language, unless it's a place you're going back over and over. You know, like I got friends in Japan. You know, it's just you basically in your room. You go to work, go to practice, and then you come back. You're fortunate if you go to the Spain, the other places, beautiful. You can hang out a little bit, but for the most part, it's a grind just being confined to that space. Then you come in and back to the States for 3 months. Then you go back. You come back for 3 months. So you really live life in 3 months. So seeing my brother go crazy in 3 months, you know, you're trying to go to Cabos. You're trying to go out every day. You know, like you're just living like a rock star.
Yeah.
You know, you save so much money, but you're trying to fulfill life in 3 months before you go back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. It's an insane cycle. You know.
Yeah. So you do transition from obviously being professional to coaching. What was the toughest part about that transition for you?
The toughest part, I listen to Nipsey. I don't know if y'all listen to Nipsey.
Yeah.
So one thing Nipsey said in one of his interviews before he passed, he said, "I'm not gonna act like I got it all figured out. The best thing I ever did was not give up or quit on my dreams. I just kept going in." He said, "I went through every emotion there was. I thought about quitting. I thought about giving up." So for me, when I was done with my GA at Mercyhurst, I was offered a full-time Division II position. I declined it and didn't have any other job opportunity. Like, because of my experience there, the dude is great. He's awesome, but he's very tough to work for. And I was willing to not pursue my coaching career if I had to take that full-time job with him. So at that time, I just said, hey, you know, if it's meant for me, it's going to be, you know, and then it happened to work out. You know, I got the opportunity to go coach at Hargrave, but I just wasn't, I mean, I think willing to, like, I don't know, it's not give up. It's just choosing what you're willing to accept in life. And not, one of the things I chose was to not work for him at that time. And now, granted, did I try to help him as a coach? Yeah, he's a good dude. It's just at that time and that age, I wasn't willing to work with the way he worked.
So you knew at that age that, like, you were aware at least of kind of like, I don't know, work-life balance, or the kind of guys that you needed to be around, coaches you needed to be around in order to get to where you needed to go.
100%. My ultimate goal, I told him at the time, was to be work at Division I level. And the way he did things was, like, you know, with a limited budget, Division II, he was the primary guy to go and recruit. I said, I can't meet no network. I can't increase my network like that. I can help build your program though. And then that's what you got to decide, how much are you going to build somebody else's dream before you build yours.
Right.
So I as a graduate assistant, I signed like low major Division I guys to this program. I got Ohio University transferred to his program. So, like, I was recruiting at a high level early on, and that's why he offered me the job. But the work-life balance, being a single guy, not having a family, I have a girlfriend in Rhode Island, like, it just didn't work. And, you know, and that's the same thing moving forward. It's, you know, I love the job, love the profession, but at some point, my goal is that I got to have balance. And if I can't get balance, it's not for me.
That's a scary thing to turn down an opportunity like that at that age and at that time. How long? So you said the Hargrave thing came after. How long after, or how long in between you turning that down to the Hargrave thing? How long did that, like? Yeah, what was that gap like?
I don't know what the gap was, because it was behind closed doors, so nobody knew what I was turning down and the offer, because it don't stop until the year is over. I'll give it about a month.
Yeah,
about a month.
You didn't know that the Hargrave thing was coming when you turned that down, right? Like, you had no idea.
No idea.
That's tough. How'd the Hargrave thing start? How did that transpire with AW?
So it's crazy, my story. So Chris Holtman.
That's why we're talking. We want to hear it.
Chris Holtman at Ohio State, the head coach there.
Yeah.
He was my assistant coach at Ohio for Gross.
My goodness.
Okay.
So Holtman knew the coach at Hargrave. And I talked to Holtman like, man, you know, I don't have a job. I'm not taking this job. I want to work the Division I level. All right, let me make a call. Working out, he called him. I do a job interview, and it happened to work out later down the line. So Holtman helped me out there.
So even though you wanted a D1 job, why'd you take the Hargrave job?
Because what I did was I contacted, because I played for so many coaches.
Yeah.
I contacted all of my network and asked them what's best for me to get to Division I level. Is it this prep school taking this Division II? Which if they said that, then I'm just screwed, because I'm not doing that. Or, what could I do? And with the prestige that Hargrave had of players, one, what I didn't understand is me going there for them benefits them. So it's like, hey, you probably should go to Hargrave. But two, it was the most prestigious thing I had at the time. And I didn't know about Hargrave. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Michigan. So you talking about something down in Virginia and Chatham. Like, I didn't know nothing about Hargrave. We had Jordan Crawford from Michigan, from Detroit, go there. But I still didn't know, until I got there. One of my teammates at Ohio University, who I just went to the Sweet 16 game with, he went to Hargrave. When I went there, he's like, oh, I said, oh, your name on the wall. He said, yeah, I went there. I said, oh, I didn't know that, So it was, I think for me, that was the scariest because that's the first major transition that could have stopped my career or which in turn ended up helping it.
I think you pointed this out one time when we were there, and I probably have said it on the podcast before, but that not only is it kind of like a stepping stone for players, but it is for coaches as well.
100%, 100%. I wouldn't do it any other way. I think, and everybody think their path is perfect. I think where I started at, having Division II, getting a chance to recruit from day one of my first college and scouting from day one, helped build my foundation. Then going there, I look at, hey, that's what a high major player look like. Oh, that's what a mid-major player look like. Oh, okay, that's a low major, probably D2. Oh, no, he could be a D2 plus, or he can, so you start evaluating because you be on a circuit. And it's, of course, everybody, when I see Anthony Edwards before he doing the NBA, when he was a sophomore, I said he's a pro. The dude in Michigan, I forgot, man, Bates or whatever, like he's a pro.
Money.
Yeah. I seen him as a freshman. He's a pro. So it helps you assess talent. And more importantly, was one of my gifts, Ace, is like building relationships with various backgrounds. When you're in one place, you attract certain type kids. But when you go there, it's like, hey, everybody's coming from everywhere. And, how do you interact with that in that setting, Yeah,
I didn't know you played for so many. You got some crazy coaching stories.
Dude, I haven't, one of my best ones all the time. It's not, I don't want to throw my guy under the bus, but it was a great one. He had one of the coaches, I'll remain confidential. One of the coaches, we in practice, one of the players is like making mistakes. He goes to the trainer, get him off the floor, take him to the pool, drown his ass, keep him in the pool until he can't swim. I do not want to see him today, tomorrow, ever. Like some of the stuff the coach used to say, nowadays the climate has changed. Everybody has evolved, but just back then, it was a dog eats dog world, man, what coaches could say and get away with.
My dad's coach in high school, he was crazy. They used to throw he would throw soft, not like literally directly at them, but he'd throw lighters, he'd throw softballs in their directions. One of the last things my dad that he said, I guess he got a new job. One of the last things he said, I guess in his, when he was leaving, he was talking to everybody. This is how bad the coach was. He was like, some of you in here are lower than whale manure, and that's at the bottom of the ocean. That's who my dad played for in high school. Like, what a ridiculous thing to say.
Man, we high school kids. We just trying to get it figured out. The sky's
right. Man, hey, all right. So how's Division I been? As a full-time assistant Division I coach, what's that been like? How's it been working with AW and at EKU? How's that been?
I think it's been great. I still got to always give credit to Tim O'Shea for giving me my first shot. I think without him giving me a shot at Bryant, going through the different phases, being operations and being assistant, I couldn't do it without him. But working for Coach, it's, even when I left, we always had maintained a relationship. So it's more like it's work, but you're also working with a friend. When you're good at your craft and you're good at your job, which is he is, I know the system prior to coming here, so I get to teach it just like he would teach it. So it's been fun. It's been a hell of a ride. We increased our wins every year as far as OVC wins. When we first took over, we didn't even make the tournament. Last year, we finished fourth. This year, we finished third. Did we have enough talent to do it? Yes. We lost one of our good players, and we've been fortunate. Coach we won 20 games this year. So he's in the process of getting another contract extension. The state of Kentucky only can do 4. So 2 years back to back, we added a year on a contract. The community is proud. He's a lovable guy. You know, I mean, it's just been fun. It's been a great ride. I haven't had a bad experience here, per se, at the Division I level with anything except with the kid transferring, and just how to constantly have to build this roster. But it's been fun seeing what we've been doing in the fruitions of our labor. You know, just from like Kurt Lewis is just a kid, for example, in our starting lineup. When the rules came through, we couldn't see him until like midnight, and me and coaches there at midnight. You know, and then we get the kid, and he's starting. He had an awesome freshman year. So, you know, we've been building this thing from ground up, and now we got to transition to the ASUN.
Nate, they got this kid named Kurt Lewis who reminds me of Rajon Tucker so much. Kid's like six, yeah, just freak athlete, big, solid dude. Kurt Lewis is good, man. He's a freshman too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a freshman. We had him last year, had to sit out for academic reasons, but it's been, you know, it's been fun, man. Especially then you got Coach Lepore, who I believe was on before. Yeah. So, you know, I work with him. I work with Coach. You know, I already knew kind of Coach Blake. So the thing that we have that most programs, I ain't gonna say most, like we all like rock with each other. So it's one beat, one sound. It's a unity thing, you know. Like, I mean, the players can see the togetherness across the board. It's no question anything behind the back. We know everything and what plays to do and all that. So it's been awesome working with people you know.
How important is that to have a successful program?
I think it's one. I think chemistry, in my experience, what I learned last year, we didn't have the most talented team, you know, in the OVC, but what we had was chemistry, and it was awesome. And that's why we won, I think, 14 games in the OVC, or 12 this year, maybe like 14. But the chemistry is what did it, because everyone rocked with each other, believed in one another, and we did it together. Now with the coaching staff, I know coaches who, you know, try to snake somebody behind the back, want their player to be recruited more than another one. Like, the unity is like what I think allowed people to be successful, and not the division. Because behind the scenes, like as assistant coach, hey, do you want to sign a kid and see the fruits of your labor? Yes, but so do the other person. But who will tuck their ego and say, hey, your kid may be a little better? You know?
How many programs do you think how many programs in the country do you think actually have that like real genuine chemistry and as far with a coaching staff? Because I think we got it at Tennessee State. Nate, it sounds like y'all got it at Lee. I know y'all got it at EKU. What percentage of college basketball programs do you actually think have that real genuine chemistry and unity?
I think, in my honest opinion, the lower you go, the more increase. The higher you go, the less the increase. Because the higher you go, it becomes a straight business. The coach is making $2 million. He gonna protect his $2 million at all costs. The relationship to the players aren't the same because it's a business completely at that standpoint, you know, compared to building relationships. So the assistant coaches is all about, hey, your job is this, you know, then everybody's just going their separate ways. It's just, you know, it's like, it's a highly paid punching the clock job.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. So division, I think the higher you go, some staffs are fortunate. You see, you look at even the Louisville scandal when it's like, hey, a coach went from GA, whatever. Like, he don't know nobody, but he got players. So then he just get the job. And he may not rock with you, but he just come in self-driven, trying to do his own thing. It's like, bro, like, I mean, it's a chemistry thing too, man. You know, I know coaches that try to get snaked, you know, try to get their head coach fired so they can get the job. It's just, you know, in this business, you guys are in it. It's just crazy stories how people go about it and what they choose success is.
So with that being said, how far do you want to go? How high up do you want to get?
I want to have I told Coach Hamilton I want to be a Division I head coach. That's my goal. And right now, for me to get to my dreams, I have to fulfill his some too. But at some time, I got to make sure that there's a fine line where I'm not just completely working for him and I forget about me. So my job right now is I need to make EKU program as successful as I can make it. And that's what I'm trying to do. You know, trying to build his platform. If I build his, I'll be building mine at the same time.
100%.
I heard one coach punchline he used to a coach he was interviewing to work with. He said, my goal was to make you a millionaire, and that I think that's a pretty basically what you're saying too. I got to fulfill your dreams. I'm going to make you a millionaire.
Yeah. You do that, then I think it all be working out.
Yeah, it'll work out pretty good. Coach, you want to do some rapid fire questions with us real quick?
Let's do it.
All right, hang on. I actually, dadgummit, I say that and I'm not even ready.
Come on, Ace.
They was ready. We got to meet in pregame in pre-production.
All right, okay. Let's see real quick. All right, we're ready. All right, okay. Rapid fire questions, Coach. Here we go. Ever been kicked out of a game?
No,
Not as a player, neither.
not as a player. I mean, I told you I was a good kid, man. I was a good kid.
No technicals.
I think, yeah, I had technical.
Yeah, some technicals.
All
All right, okay. Foul up three with. Dadgummit.
This question's always been a little
This
tough.
question
to
is
ask, so.
this question is tricky. This question is tricky.
Already
Foul up three or let it play out at the end of the game.
my philosophy coming from the Underwood as a player who's the defensive coach is I guard.
Yeah.
I guard.
Okay. Leave your best player in with 2 fouls in the first half.
It got to be two, and it depends on the time and score of that game.
Okay. Okay. Go for the tie, go for the win.
Home or away,
Home.
go for the win.
Okay. Suits or sweats on the
Really?
sideline.
So wait, hold up. So away, you're going for the tie.
Because I believe that we can steal some momentum.
Okay.
You can crush the crowd. But will the crowd come back? Yeah. At home, our baskets, our energy, I believe in a sixth man. But right now in COVID, there's no sixth man.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Suits or sweats on the sidelines.
I prefer sweats. If I wish they passed that rule, honestly.
Is it a rule that that you have to wear suits? Or-
Yeah, like back in the day, coaches were getting fined.
Yeah,
for
okay.
that. Yeah. So like the OC this year accepted that we didn't have to wear a certain attire. I consider going back just because it's a business.
Yeah, I would like for that to stay like that. Early morning practice or evening or night practice?
Evening practice.
If you could not coach basketball, be in the world of sports, what would you do?
I would be a pharmaceutical salesman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like you've thought about this.
Yeah.
You have to. In this profession, man, you can clip that any time. And I can't. And again, my coach can go out tonight, can go do something crazy. He's fired because they fire him. I'm fired. So I got to figure it out. I got to make sure me and my wife are good. So
Yeah,
Great
there you go.
Okay. I know you don't play a lot of golf, but we talked earlier this year. You said you were trying. Have you played your first round of golf yet?
I haven't played. We're in the process. I'm getting a driver from Coach Lepore, and I'm trying to order some clubs.
There we go.
New set. I'm going to do it, and then we'll definitely get together.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Hamilton's going to play as well. He's more concerned with his shoes, his bag, and his attire. That's it. You know, you gotta look good.
Oh man, that'll be a fun round of golf right there.
Yeah.
Should every team make the conference tourney?
No.
Who's the best player ever from the city of Detroit?
I ain't rapid fire, man. That's hard. All right, I got one that Brandon Jenkins went to Louisville.
Uh-huh.
He was a triple-double guy in high school. He didn't have the college career. Do I think he went to the best situation? Probably no. So I think that's ahead of some people's time. I think he was phenomenal. Didn't make it to NBA, 6'4" point guard.
What year was he?
If I graduated high school in 2005, and he probably graduated in like 2002, something like that. But I mean, he was a big time. Like if he played in this day's and age as a 6'4" point guard getting triple doubles,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was something to watch. He was incredibly athletic. Obviously, he went to Louisville, but I'm not sure if it was the best situation. And I'm not sure his timing of his talent was for that time period.
Okay. Stories like that are I don't know if they're like set. They're not. And I love hearing stories about there's always some dude from the city who was he could have been or something. Those could have been stories. I guess is what I'm looking for. I love those stories.
Yeah.
I mean, like Isaiah Wilson right now. Is
Yeah.
that his name?
Yeah, for dude that just got booted from the Titans and Dolphins or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I hate that.
Yeah. He's got to make some changes. All right, last one. LeBron or Jordan?
Who?
LeBron or Jordan?
Well, sorry, I gotta go with MJ.
All right, I got to get one LeBron on here. MJ, I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all. Man, Coach Allen, I appreciate it. Where can the people find you on Twitter or Instagram?
I'm on both. I don't know my handles like that. I'm bad at it, but I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Got the tag Eastern Kentucky men's basketball. I'm more active on Instagram, but
I'll look it up for you, and I'll put it in. I'll put it in. You can find myself on Instagram at the Ace of Spades. You can find Nathan on Instagram at Nate5_Moran, and on Twitter as well. Same thing. You can find us on Twitter at MindOfACoach1, and you can find us also on Instagram at MindOfACoach. Coach Allen, I appreciate you, man. It was good to talk to you.
Appreciate you both, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, man. Best of luck to y'all.